Using data from mode application worksheet of your spreadsheet, you are required to design, populate a database, store, and manage information on applicants. Use following information to create tables and assists in population of tables, creation of queries, forms, and reports, appropriate field names, and data types. Ensure that the correct primary key has been applied to each table. What do we do? Task A, Table 1, Applicant's details. You're required to have the personal data on applicants, and it should include the following fields, which is the application number from the primary, which will be the primary key, the last name, the first name, the gender, the date of birth, the contact number, the address line 1 and address line 2, then nationality. What do we do? We're going to Excel. Excel is going to load, and then we click on our SBA file. We go back to mode application details. Now specifically it says to get the application number, the last name, the first name, the date of birth, the gender, the contact number, and address line 1, address line 2, and the nationality, right? So in the actual spreadsheet, we didn't have address line 1, we didn't have address line 2. How we can get it to the database? First, we can either drag and select this whole worksheet here, which we're going to press CTR plus C, copy, and then we come to the database, and then could actually paste across here. Now, when I first paste, right, if we paste over here, or just no, let me see. Let me create a separate file, a blank database, IT, SBA, copy, I'm going to create. Alright, so um, since we have this here, we're going to rename this table, so we can't rename it until we close. So we're going to close the table first. We're then going to this one. Then we're going to load table 1, close table 1 again. And to come out, we're going to add the so before we went into Excel, drag everything from the Excel file that we had, copy it, and then we're either going to paste it into into Microsoft Access, and everything will be pasted in now if we select again. If not, like how it's giving us a difficult time here to get a piece in, we are actually going to delete the record. And I'm going to just now. I'm going to create a table. Touch it. Don't touch it. I'm going to import the Excel file. We're going to browse. We are then going to alright, back to what we were saying here. We're then going to import the file of the IT document that we have here from the IT SBA that we have here, and then we can import and save that step. Not export, my goodness, we got to import. So we're going to external data. It's supposed to go back into Excel. Document specifically asks for the application details with the application number. So the application number, we are first going to get that, of course. The application number. The application number, I believe, is something you have to create. Let's get that. No, we get it from the Excel. The Excel file already. So we are going to copy all the cells from here. Ctrl+C, then paste into here, and then we paste that, and then we go back into here and we listen to what they have. They have last name first, so then we copy from the last name, go down, we Ctrl+C again, and then we come down back and we Ctrl+V, and we paste all of the last name inside. That's not. Alright, something went wrong down there on the right. Make it the application number again. Drag down. C's were really much. Wow. Alright, let me just delete back the fields. Delete this field. Delete this field. And then we click to add our. It will most likely be short text. But then we go with the last name. Just now, let me see what we have here. Yeah, then we go to last name. And we paste it in there. And as it go, it will paste and it will paste. And that is how we get the first set of details inside. Then we go into the application details and we do the same. So that's how we end up get all of this over here. And we copy and paste, and then we add address 1, line 2, and we can put it in between, and we get our different type of data. Now for the different type, we have to note that for application number short text, for the date, for the DOB date of birth, it have to be date and time. For the age, remember its number. For the contact number, it would be long text because it's a contact number. And address line 1, address line 2 will be short text, and nationality is also short text. Good. Alright. Let's make sure this thing is good. Because if it ain't, something wrong. Let me call this meeting just in case.
Recording in progress.
Alright. Great. Secondly, we have the application details. The application details should be the same. We have the application fee, the course code, and if we pass in maths and English and so on, which we copy from this Excel. And this now we will have the course code, the course costs, and other different thing other than the applicant details that we added. So these are just simple parts that is within the database, so you don't really have to worry about that. Of course, the course cost, currency, total fees is also currency, and our proof status is short text. Good. And number of subject pass is number. In the ITSB itself, it was never noted that total fees to be paid was in here, but in access, it is now total fees. So you have to make sure to rename that part to total fees because it can mess me up in the queries and in the forms in the long run. So that's why we have to make sure that we get that done. Good. Course details. We basically copy the course details from this part of the Excel document, and we get the cost each program. I put course code and the course code, and that if instead of name it course name, we name it courses. And this was another extra document for the source for the word processing part, which we will get into later though, or tomorrow night. Task B now says to create tables and the appropriate fields and join them to course details, application details table thing. So the appropriate fields to join them together. So in this case, we had to get a relationship from the course code to the actual relationship of the application details, because is the course code actually have a relationship. Go from we go to tables, we go to relationships, and then we can actually create our relationships from the primary key. I remember how to create a primary key. We to create a to get a primary key, we have to go into up here or back here, and then you click your primary key link. But is the primary key is the one that makes us decide which one has a whole relationship or not in this case. So we remember, you just click tables and then we get the relationship once we get that. And then we can, in the relationship design tab, we can edit relationship, we can add the relationship. In this case now, because application number was an applicant details and the application details was application number also, and all two was primary key, this would have been a one-to-one relationship. And now we have to get the course code. We have to get the course code from the application details to the course details, and this would have been a many to one relationship, I believe, a one to many. So the course details, we had to make sure you get a one to many relationship, and we just drag this here from this here to this here once we're ready, and we create a relationship. So the relationship already exists because yes, it already exists. But that's how you create a relationship. After you drag it and you get it to whatever. Maybe just let me see if I can create another relationship from this. Mm, Now I can't break the relationship. Application fee, we don't have another application fee nowhere. Now subject pass, state of application. Course card to core. No, we don't have no other relationship yet. But that is how the relationship is being created. Right? Um, sorry, dear. From here, we have to create the farms with the subfarm now. So what you have to do now is to create. We're going to farm wizard, and then we're going to farm wizard now. We put over. We have to get it from specifically the course details. So we're going to from the course details down here, and we put it over. Then from the application details table, put that over also, and then you press next. Then they will show you how the farm the subfarm will be created, right? And then you collect farms with subfarm. Then you click next, and then finish, and your farms will with subfarms supposed to be created, as you can see here. For now, I will delete it back though, since it's not needed anymore. So I'll delete that. Well, I'll have to close it and delete it. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'll have to close it and delete it. But this was my original sub farm and the farm down here. And the farm with the sub farm, you get to know. If you click around now, and you click around with the actual AI and you move it up, that's not it. There's a part here you move. Okay, good. Oh, you click here and it will change all the time when you click the bottom here. At the bottom right here, where the mouse is actually clicking, and it will switch from information technology to that to 5. There will not be a 505. So yeah, that is what will pop up after. So yes, that's how you create the farms with the subfarm. All right. Task C requires us a queries to accomplish some of the following tasks. It says to create a list of all the female applicants, and the query should include the first and last name, the nationality, gender, and the age. And they said name the query female applicants. Because this SBA down here already has most of the stuff in it, I'm just going to. All right. So it says to it should have all the list of the female applicants. Now remember, this is the applicant's details, right? Let me make sure. Let me just make sure. First, last name, nationality, gender, age. Okay, so it doesn't have to get date of birth now, authentic. Because I want to create a query just like that to show everybody, right? What just has to be it. So you first create, I believe it's query, not query result. You create a query design, and then you get it from the applicants table, add from the applicants table. Then you close, and then you select the, what does the file say? The first, last name, nationality, gender, and then you select the age. Now, specifically, we just want the gender, right? So under here now, we'll just write female, because most of the things already know what's female. Under the gender, we're just going to press female, and we're gonna press run, and all the female applicants will appear. Good. No, we don't want to save the change of applicant because we already get the female applicants down here. Great. Create a list of all approved applicants who have applied between September 1st and December 31st, 2023. The query should include the last name, age, application number, course, total fees, and approval status. Name the query approved applicants. No, we already have the approved applicants query down here, right? You already have the approved applicants query down here. Now, how do we get the approved applicants ready, the query? So it's just simple. They said that they wanted, so let me get a criteria. So I don't know if you guys got through the approved applicants part, but you create another query design, and they said that they want last name. That's not where they're going to get last name from. So we might actually need the application details. We're actually going to need the application details also. Um, so we got our last name, we got our age, we have the application number, we have the course, okay, just now. We got to add tables here. Then we select our courses, total fees, the approval status. Good. So the age is actually going to say what the query really say, who have applied between September 1st to that. So yes, let me just make sure. Oh, it's also supposed to get the date of application, but I don't think date of application is supposed to show. Good. So we're not going to let that show, but that's required tier for that. So it's all who the criteria for that would be between this date, the 4th of September 2023, with pound sign at the end, and then say and. I don't know if I can zoom in into this thing, but I hope that you can see it if I unknown it on here. You get to see that Down here I'm talking about. So and the 31st of December 2023. So that's that down there. Lovely. And then approve because remember it have to be approved. It cannot be the people who are non-approved. Then you're going to put in uplifted comma the word approve and then you press run. And these are the approved applicants that applied between these circumstances. Now I'll save this because I believe the other query will say to use the approved applicants query to create a new query that would insert all the field and a new field and you put it new total. So this is where I said when it comes you have to name this total fees because when it comes to the query part it can mess you up. Alright, so I'm going to save this as approve applicants copy. Good. Use the approve applicants query to create a new query that would insert all of the fields from approved applicants and a new field named new total, and the information stored in the new total would be the application of 25% discount of fees and name the query 25% discount. Great. So we got this copy here. So now we are actually going to home. I'm going to go into object properties. Just like that. Let me just see how. Let me just see back is how you um, copy in this table to make a new one. Design view, save. It's already saved. You have to make a copy. Just let me see. Then you select new table. Now we have to get a query. Just now, let me get it back in my head is how we we get that we make a new whole copy of that query. It's not no data source, not no. I think it's query wizard. Of course, just now it's not that. It's query wizard. Find duplicates query wizard. We are going to get a table of, we're going to get a query of approve applicants, but we have to carry over everything. We're going to press next. We're going to press finish. And we make a copy of the application details. That's not the copy. Let me delete this thing. You're going to query wizard, simple query wizard. You want that copy, you put it over there. Details to show, blah blah blah. I open it to view information. Then we get applicants, approve applicants details, and that will be our copy. That will be our copy down there. And then you then so you saw what I did, right? Just create a new query wizard, and then you create a simple wizard, and then you make a copy. So what you're going to do now is this 25% discount has a criteria, and the criteria has this now, this specific criteria. Yeah, I need to make sure I find the right query. Yes, this specific criteria now has, it has to get new total, that's the heading, with a colon. Then you select total fees, which is the total fees. Then you have to subtract the total fees, right? New total is going to be equal to total fees, subtract total fees down here, multiply by 0.5, which is 25%. And then you run it, and then you are going to get a new total down here. So this is the criteria. I believe I should copy and paste this criteria. If we don't have the criteria, that will be within the chat in Zoom and within the chat in YouTube. So yes, that now I'm going to save, and then I'm going to delete back all of these because it's not needed right about now for me. Right? So I'm just showing you how it's supposed to be done. All right. Great. So we create that. Now we have to create a report using the following fields, which is first, last name, approve, status, course name, total fees. So we create a report. We go to report wizard. The report should be just like how it is down here. right? Now it has to be sorted. We have to group the report sorted by a last name in descending order. The report should have the average among the students that applied for each course and the sum of money they received. Then name the report title as shown 2 lines below. Report of approved applicants for who applied for courses. And that's how it's up here right about now, right? And it should show the normal date and time and every single thing. It should be also sorted out by courses first before you get the last name and the first name. So first, just have to go into um, from wizards and from wizard with the first and the last name. First and the last name, applicant details, first name, last name. Get your age, your gender, then you go into application details and get your approved status, then your course name, which would come from course details. Put that down there, and then the total fees, which would come from application fee. Press next, then you put it like this. Just now. I think I clicked the wrong thing. Report result. So how are we going to form? So let me just make sure that this thing is right. Last, first name, age, DOB, just now, not date of birth, age, gender, approved status, get that from down there, approved status, course name, you get it from course details, and from the course name, then you get total fees from the application detail. Next, you get it by courses, then by the last name, then the first name, and then so on. Then next, we don't want to add no more grouping. Click next, and then they said that they want what? The last name in descending. So you're going to put them, we say we want the last name by descending. Um, the report should show the average amount. We're going to add that when it reach, and the sum of money for received for each course. And then they want the average of each. You click next. You click if you want it by block or step or so on, but most likely you want it like that, and you want it landscape. And then click finish, and then we are about to get the report with everybody. Now, why this report would look like this is because it's page 1, 2 of 3, and we have to just now. We have to go into not the print view. You have to go into the design view to figure out what's going on. And you can see that the proof status is much bigger than age, and total fees has to be that. Has to come back here, has to do that. It has to be bigger and wider. I think I forget that it was supposed to only be approved applicants, so there's much work to do. But it was only supposed to be approved applicants, which means I was supposed to get the approved applicants in the query from the query, but I get it from everywhere else. That is how we get our totally fully um age. We totally This is the original thing. You're supposed to only get approved, but I end up get the approved and the disapproved. What you guys can fix it while selecting your actual form. When you're doing your report wizard, remember to select approved status from the query approved applicants. Otherwise than that, let me just get back to how we get the average of the age. I'm just going to copy this formula here from the here. I'm going to put it over here. So since because I'm going to paste it down here, you guys. So it's equal average open bracket age, open that bracket, then that type of bracket, age, close that bracket, then put that one there, and then you click enter. Listen, make sure it's this age. That's still giving me this, or sees what they want. They don't want me carrying out nothing that is not. So I'm gonna cut that. Get a copy from here, paste down here. Oh, so it will not be a problem here. You're going to put equal average that and that. I'm going to widen that now. Put that there. Then now we're going to put it in a view, and you're going to see that we have, why is there an arrow? It's not supposed to be arrow. It's not supposed to be arrow. It's supposed to be the actual H on top here. Click it back again. Still marking arrow. I don't know why default of arrow. No. Still marking arrow, but it's supposed to be the average of the ages. As you can see, it worked for the other one. So I'm not going to save it because it's not really supposed to be saved. I'm going to put it back to report view for mine. I'm going to close that. Yes, I'm going to save that. This I'm going to delete it back. And this is how you actually get the database part of the SBA done. Next time, we'll be going into word processing. We're actually going to start from the letterhead. I'm hoping to get this done tomorrow during the day, but for tonight, no, I not get it done because it's too late. But we're going to start off tomorrow night with the word processing. So with that, I just must just say thank you for actually joining and actually come carrying through, through this good hour long talk of IT. We're going to start tomorrow night. So thank you. I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to
Recording stopped.
up there, to come through there, and I'm ending off. So have a good night. Thank you.